+65 will show you the view, making your dreams of a home come true. Call us now, don't hesitate. Just dial 876-16867. +65 will show you the view, making the dreams of a home come true. Call us now, don't hesitate. Just dial 876-16867.
This episode is brought to you by Team +65. Hey everyone, welcome to the part 2 of the Golden Nuggets podcast with Outside In.
Yes.
Let's carry on where we stop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Because yang tu apparently had a story, then we like pause. Later, let's put it in the podcast.
So just now we were talking about how Hanafi teach us how to edit a bit lah. What's your experience?
Right. So of course, first and foremost, like in part 1, Farah mentioned she's very she takes pride in her job, in her work, in her edits and whatnot. So I told her, prior to me learning, or rather prior to me offering myself as a staff for Outside In, kan, I told her, do you ever want to have someone to help you edit?
Yeah.
Because it takes away the workflow for her. She can focus on something else. She said no, because she finds it hard to put trust in someone else to do, or rather to give whatever that we have into the hands of another person, or rather a stranger. Yeah, so I said, okay, why not you teach me? Yeah, so I mean, then I'm like, why you don't trust your own husband? And she said, but okay. I mean, I see the fact that because I don't have any experience of background, I when it comes to editing videos pun dulu, I used what they call it, Windows Movie Maker.
Okay.
Windows Movie. Yeah, I did.
Ancient.
Yeah, that was very long ago. ancient shit lah. So I mean, that was my only experience making a video back then. So when I asked her to teach me even the basic of CapCut also. I had to like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna take my own video. I'm just gonna try and explore myself, which is what she did. So I was like, okay, if she can do it, I can try lah. So I tried. Susah. I mean, it was quite hard for me to understand the whole apa gradient lah, apa benda. It was very tough for me. So there's one time I actually took some videos in Desaru. We were at Desaru with a family. So I took videos. Then okay lah, pakai CapCut. I buat. Then I show, nice or not nice? Like, yeah, nice. then you want to post an Outside In? No. Like, hey, that's my hard work. To me, it was hard work.
No, I was like, maybe post can, but not reels. Maybe story. 24 hours done.
Sedih. But I get it lah, because she the thing about it is Farah is someone yang really she bila dia belajar tu from YouTube or whatever videos that she has, right? She really focuses and she takes in very detailed information from the videos. For me, I think it was like, and then okay, I have to rewind. I follow things step by step, but it takes a long time for me to learn. Same time also, if I were to reach her level, she had like Poly punya diploma, and then she was a graphic designer, things like that. So she has experience in terms of everything for many years. And for me to catch up to that level, I can never reach there unless I go for a crash course. Maybe your course that you provided that.
Yes, please come if you have time.
But I mean that's something that I know I will never reach that stage lah. So for me to.
But for me, the reason why it's not that I don't want tau, is I scared. I understand myself. Yeah, because
yourself? I thought you were scared of the quality degrading, but yourself.
That one also.
She's trying to put it in a nicer way.
Because when I edit, I'm very particular about a lot of stuff.
Understand.
And like I said again, like I take pride in my work, right? So this one macam nak cakap macam masuk bakul kat sendiri but I think
you deserve the credit lah. So
a lot of people have said that macam the editing is nice and things like that. So I'm like I take pride in that. Alhamdulillah. Tapi kalau nak pass the baton to somebody, right, then I would have to teach them my method.
Your methods, your workflows,
and also your entire thought process.
Yes, entire thought process, correct. And then tu yang buat I takut, because if it's macam an outsider kan, kalau I be very anal dengan dorang, macam they can just like talk shit about me behind my back. But this one is my husband. Nanti takut-takut nanti gaduh pasal nak ajar dia. Ni bukan, jangan begini. No, you have to touch here. So I don't want that to happen. And also another reason.
But tapi bukan ke bagus? Jadi you can talk shit in front of me.
I rather not touch shit at all. And
Masya Allah, baiknya isteri ni.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, another thing also, I feel like this is just my personal opinion lah. But so far, I think it has been working for us. Macam for our business, kita both have our strengths kan. So I find it more effective and more macam easier if we both stay in our lanes and not macam cross so much. Yeah, because for Ian, he is a very good people person. I would say people person. He's good. Yeah. So he's good at talking with partners, good at liaising, good at macam upkeeping good relationship with consumers, customers. For
Client.
me, client. Tak pandai ya.
Don't say.
You know why lah now?
But for me, I'm more to the editing side. So for me, this is good. I'm good at this, you good at that. So we just keep at it lah. Kita try not so much to cross into that. Kalau tak, I feel macam lagi-lagi kita husband and wife. Jadi kalau anything kan, macam nanti gaduh tak best.
Aku tidur luar nanti. Tak best.
Nanti kau inside out.
Betul. Tak boleh. So,
But just now also he shared that I don't want to give other people to edit our podcast. That one was like a few months ago lah. But if you ask me now, I think for the brand to grow, I would need to automate stuff. You know, I can't be carrying and doing too much things. So that is something that I would eventually have to consider lah.
If you may, I can give you a piece of advice. This is not from me, and don't think that I'm tengah nak mengajar. This is something that I actually learned from my business mentor in a few agencies ago. So he was saying, now you are at this position, everything is working fine. That's great. But your job, it will come to a point of time where your job is to give your jobs away. So every single small little things is to give away, so you can focus on the bigger things and focus on the vision of the company that you want to create.
Ultimately, that's where we want to. Faham. I know.
because in a sense, right? Talking about challenges that we face when she does the editing, she does quite a fair bit of outside in basically. So I would put it like 3/4 of the job is all Farah. So when she does all this, it burns her out like very fast.
Definitely.
Yeah. So to a point that kadang-kadang it will put strain on our relationship as husband and wife, as business partners, because when someone is burned out, you lose the energy to communicate properly in a sense. So it becomes the job of a husband pula lah. You know, I put on my husband cap and say, okay, you know, what do you need as a, you know, what do you need to unwind and things like that. So tu pasal kita kena pergi holiday and things like that. Keluarkan duit kan. So, but alhamdulillah. And then, but moving forward, I feel that, you know, we did have this talk also about, you know, having to give away things. So the thing about me is I don't like to push her to do things because I know she doesn't like to be pushed. But I plant the idea.
Yeah,
It's like, okay, this is what you do. Okay, then a few weeks later, what do you think about the same thing again? Then eventually, I think like what she mentioned just now, she wants to automate things, right? So about 2 weeks ago, she said, I think I really need to find an editor. I'm like,
I think this is good also because as a business partner / husband, right, he knows how to handle me. Kira kan macam tadi dia cakap, he knows that I don't like to be pushed or whatever, right? So it helps in terms of our relationship and our business as well lah. He knows my buttons, I know his buttons.
Pasal husband and wife.
There are the pros and cons. Pros and cons.
But apa tu for Yanto, right? It's difficult for you to. Okay, let me rephrase. It's going to be easier for you to get a proper editor to help you rather than Yanto, because Yanto to you is like me to Hanafi. Like, I don't have the creative eye of someone who have seen the creatives for the past 10-15 years. Like, although to us it looks really good, but to the experienced creative eye, is very different.
Normal.
Yeah.
Like, oh bro, I feel you, man. I feel, like, sometimes I'm like, when she does certain things, and she lets me see it, and I'm like, wah, lawa. I say, okay ke? Betul ke? I say, oh, lawa. Kita lawa. I say, well, then she, but I think it can be better. Apa lagi nak buat? You know, like to me, to a layman's eyes, for example. I mean, I'm not trying to be biased, but because I see it for what it is, like the quality of what she's been producing and things like that. So I feel you, man. I totally agree with that, because I feel that different people have different lenses. We don't really necessarily see things the same way. But of course, in terms of creativity wise, if you can find someone with that matches at least the same level of creativity,
at least also 70%.
70%, yeah. It
Like
gives her,
for us, it's like 10% maybe.
probably we just like
Film like.
yeah, that's something that we constantly have to struggle with. The idea of, you know, we need, like she mentioned, keeping us in our own lanes to do what we are best at doing. Yeah, but of course, to make it into a big brand, to make it like, I mean, we talk about the different podcasts in Singapore. They all have a team behind them to do things for them, especially especially OLG kan. When we went there as well, we saw everything, and then after the recording, we sat in the car and I told her, wouldn't it be nice if one day we can have like that?
Yeah.
So we can focus on being outside in.
Just the content, right?
Just the content. Yeah, which is something that, okay, OLG took them at least 2-3 years before they can have someone to do that kind of movie. But I think for us, insyaAllah lah, kalau kita dimurahkan rezeki, I mean, we would love to have that as well, to have a team to work with us, and then from there we can have more verticals. We don't really have to just focus on who to invite, what to talk, who to invite, because she loves videography, she loves editing, whatnot. She has her whole idea of what she can do under the umbrella of Outside In. So I feel that, you know, we are still in our baby stages, I would say, but insyaAllah lah, satu hari we see what more Outside In can produce for.
Have you ever considered Malaysians or Indonesians as your editors?
Oh,
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, tak pernah terfikir.
Nanti kita boleh buat, of course.
Because I mean, when I see, of course, I think now that we are all in the content creation space, we know their quality, we know their standard, we know their creative process, we know it's there. As compared to a lot of creatives in Singapore, I think they are really next level. Yeah, I think any creatives in Singapore will also agree to this lah, kan? Yeah, but at the same time, cost wise, I think we can definitely afford them better rather than we find an intern here. Yeah,
in a sense.
And I believe
of course.
and I believe they also have the vast experience.
Yeah.
So
I think for coming from a personal point of view, whether I actually agree with that, you know, in terms of growing our business, but at the same time also I feel that's where my insecurity comes in about giving our content to someone else in terms of the content security, in terms of whether or not it will be used by other channels, because we actually did face a similar situation before. I think
could you share about that?
Yeah, I can. So basically it was one of our first ever street interviews that we did in Malaysia. That video went viral, alhamdulillah. But I think few days later, someone actually DM us, our friend DM us and say, "Hey Yan, kau punya video, someone actually stole your video and then posted it on their social media website and then put in their own captions." Like, hey, but my face is there. You know, our captions is there, but because we didn't really
name shame them.
So that friend of ours, alhamdulillah, she's a good friend lah. So she actually commented on that video. Bukan ke ni video Outside In? Kenapa korang tak tag dorang? Kenapa korang tak inform dorang? Because I didn't know at all that our video was taken. So I think because of that, we kind of DM that channel or that page and said, is it okay if you put our name inside to give us credit lah? Because everything is us. You just take it and put it on your page to make it like a viral content. Yeah, that kind of gave me a like, okay, social media world is dangerous in a sense. So if you don't trademark your stuff, bye bye. People can just take it and bye bye. So
Bye bye.
The IP part.
So it gives me the worry about, let's say, if we were to like send the files over to someone else. For her is quality, for me is security. Different kind of mindset.
The thing is, even if let's say you have your own trademark, let's say even watermark, or maybe you somehow have secure that particular IP lah. In other words, what can you do if let's say somebody steal your content?
Yeah.
Sue them.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
I have to bring it to legal, but then there's always another.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like you bring it to legal, but then you wanna get that person also. Sometimes you may not even know who.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's I don't know if you know the story about how Chen Hao actually handled this situation.
I didn't know.
So what happened is a few years ago lah. I don't know. I think maybe almost 10 years ago or something like that.
It's not few.
Yeah, so Chen Hao's content got copied and pasted from a Vietnam punya channel.
Oh wow, Vietnam.
Yes. So it's his content, but they dub his voice.
Damn.
Into Vietnamese.
Macam Netflix ada dubbing semua.
So what he does is actually, I think he also know that there's nothing much he can do, but he just macam like from this is from what I heard lah. I don't know whether this is really true or not. What he did was he likely threatened them in the sense that we wouldn't want to go legal for this issue, but what you can do for us to make sure that we don't go legal is you credit our channel, you put the link of our channel into your
The content,
the content
copyrights.
Yes, correct. So that is what they did, and both party agreed. And what happened was that Chen Hao punya following from Vietnam also
Started following.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, that's why he got millions of followers.
Yeah, man.
Because I mean, you know that in Singapore, not many people also may know Chen Hao Tan, right?
Yeah.
But I think,
But the
you
millions
mentioned-
come from around the region.
Interesting.
Just thinking outside the box, right? Instead of like threatening them with legalities and so on, what if you partner up with them?
Yeah.
That's
So-
also another way, like
Yeah, so
especially for
that is
YouTube,
what Chen Hao kind of did lah. You know?
in a way.
Yeah.
to leverage on their followers pula lah.
Betul.
Yeah.
And even that channel was a Malaysian Instagram page. Kind of have a lot of followers also.
But I have a question for everybody.
Okay.
In macam the podcast industry kan, kita nampak banyak Melayu kan, Melayu berjaya lah, kita bangga lah tengok
Bangga,
banyak
Alhamdulillah.
Melayu kan.
Yeah.
But what do you think would be, do you think this is better? Maybe ada content that is more universal, as in talk in English, so it can break into the
Different markets.
regional punya markets. Yeah, because I think only macam people macam TCF yang break into Malaysia and stuff like that. Tak ada yang macam global
Yeah.
Yeah.
global apa?
Global market lah.
Yeah,
Global
global
reach lah. Global outreach.
Yeah, do you think it's possible?
I think we actually before I let you guys answer, we actually had a conversation on our very first episode.
Okay.
Yeah, I told her I was speaking English tau, macam dah full on English, and then she was like, tiba dia masuk Melayu. Then I said English. She said, tak apa lah, kita kan Melayu. Because my idea was if you talk in English full, the non-Malay speaking listeners will be able to understand.
Yes.
Which my colleagues from work actually is like, why your video don't have subtitles? Because she's non-Malay.
Yeah.
So she wants to listen to our videos, but she cannot because she don't understand. So I was like, okay, now that's another problem that we have.
Yes.
So nak kena fikir hire subtitle punya orang. But
Transcript.
yeah. So that was our initial thoughts. But I think what about you guys? What do you feel about?
It's one of the things we discussed about, because in season 1 we had a lot of mixed language, right? And then it became a problem when
Not only that, not only mixed language. I think almost. Okay, we got about let's say we got about 40 guests.
episodes, 40 guests, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. That's a lot.
30-40 guests about there lah.
Yeah.
Only 2 non-Malays.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the problem arise when let's say throughout or halfway through the podcast, we're Melayu.
Yeah.
And then it become a problem for me when I'm editing, because I need to add the
The captions.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I feel that it is a problem generally kalau kita want to automate things,
Yeah.
to make it easier and things like that. But at the same time also, I feel that when we spoke majority English in 1 or 2 of those episodes, right, our Malaysian listeners commented on the videos like, kenapa dia berbual Melayu, kenapa dia berbual English, Melayu berbual Melayu lah. Dah ada padakan komen
Gitu
pula.
pula. Gitu.
So macam mana?
Interesting. Maybe vertical.
I mean, this is my thoughts on this whole thing lah. So initially, when we had that issue on our first season, from the get-go, we want to be a
English
English
This is
podcast.
business, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
It's general, right? So like what you asked about trying to break away from Singapore and go global, that is what we have in mind.
Right.
That's the reason why we want to have it in English. But the thing is, our network is a lot of Malays.
Yeah, understand.
So when we invite business owners, a lot of them are Malays, and then and also this is another thing that I found out recently. Malays are much more keen to come to podcasts as compared to other races,
Is it?
especially in business.
Right.
And reason is because OLG have paved the way.
Right.
Like 1 in 3 Malays in Singapore listen to OLG, right? And there's a lot of other Malays, when they heard about podcasts, they will know that it is a scene in Singapore, right?
Understand.
So people are much more
Open.
open to even be our guests. I mean,
Right.
they will be happy when they want to come to our show.
dapat pergi on podcast.
Like to them, podcast is a whole big scene.
But for other races in Singapore, when we talk about podcasts, they will be like, ini legit ke?
Yeah, later I say the wrong things, that kind. You know, they have like
So they have a lot
guarded up.
they have a lot of reservations.
Faham.
So they like apa tu macam, to them they don't know that this is actually a thriving scene in Singapore.
Yeah.
Right.
Faham.
yeah.
Patut lah.
But one of the good ones, like an English speaking one, is or rather is
Bila kecap.
yeah,
The Daily Catch Up.
Daily Catch Up, and also another one is Financial Coconut. Shout out to both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Malaysia coconut.
About finances lah.
Yeah,
kan?
no,
Yeah.
totally about
Correct.
finances. Yeah.
Yeah. But back to about the fact that apa tu going global. I think this is what we have in mind lah. We from the start we really want to not focus only on Singapore. We want to make it generalized. And one way that we want to consider doing this is to go overseas and also interview business owners overseas.
Oh, nice.
But of course, this requires budget.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we have to start slowly lah. We have to start slowly. We have to if our resources is within our community, then so be it lah. But in due time, of course, once we get our gears going, once we have a sustainable revenue, I think it makes sense for us to start really going that direction lah.
Yeah. I think it's possible. You know why? Because how many of us watch K-dramas? It's not even our own spoken language.
Yeah.
So it's
Betul.
possible. It's just we don't know how to get there.
Kencana.
Kencana.
Semua dah faham.
Thanks.
I think it's possible lah.
I mean, in a way, we be the next K wave lah. M wave lah, the Malay podcast wave. Inshallah lah. I mean, of course, dreams are big, right? But Korean, we talk about Korean culture. Korean culture started like many years ago, but it only paved its way to everywhere. After like maybe one person really break the market, like for example, apa?
The Oppa Gangnam Style.
Yeah, the kind of guy, that person. So I feel that speaking back about OLG, they made it to KL Pop Fest together with Abang KC kan. So if they can wawarkan the industry of podcast in Malaysia, that's a start lah. That's definitely a start, because the market in Malaysia is huge.
Yes.
The millions of listeners. I think that is something yang if we can break into Malaysia, inshallah, we can diversify.
Yes.
But you'll be also shocked to know that the podcast scene in Indonesia is huge.
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Millions of followers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Millions of followers. Maksudnya macam
the
in the
podcast, the listeners.
Really?
Nama saya Yanto. Saya asalnya dari Indonesia.
Ya, boleh lah. Kita boleh break market kan?
Iya kan? Benar kan?
Benar, ya benar. Benar banget ya guys. Inshallah.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do we have time? If not, I will ask this question in the third
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys feel, because macam OLG kan, its genre dia is entertainment, correct? So people yang ikut their footsteps tu, dorang macam ada thumbprint tau.
Yeah.
Macam
They follow
blueprint,
that so-called
blueprint, yeah.
Thumbprint ini.
Salah, blueprint. But for niche punya podcast like us kan, do you find it, do you have any challenges? Do you find it harder to like do something fresh or new? Because you are one of the first in your niche kan. For example macam business. If you want to do something kan, you nak fikir tu, nak conceptualize, nak fikir macam mana nak buat tu, is like it's a lot harder because you don't have any references. Do you feel like that? Because we do feel like that.
Gimana Pak?
Indonesia market will coming for you.
I think for you guys it's much more tougher because the podcast that talk about marriage and also talk about relationships, they are all very small that you may not even know who. But I'm very sure there are a lot out there. Of course not in Singapore.
In especially in Western
countries
correct,
confirm got a lot. For us, I mean for me, I do have some model podcast that I look up to in terms of a business podcast. So I don't think that is much of an issue for me.
Macam the Diary of CEO.
Yes, correct. So
the books are there.
so those are our inspiration. So yes, our concept, like how we do 3 parts, all this, we follow OLG because we understand why they are doing it. Like it's actually for the talk set and everything. So in terms of monetization, we want to follow OLG because another thing that you should know, a lot of creators, because recently we have mixed with a lot of creators, right? A lot of creators, especially the non-Malay creators, are actually not really earning much. There are influencers with 100,000 of followers who in the past 1 year barely earn like 10k.
Shit.
Really? That's shocking for me.
There was one, I don't want to name who.
Of course.
Later I'll tell you. He told me that in the past 1 year, he only made like 7k from brand deals.
Oh, is it? No, I'm not going to say that.
Almost. Wow.
7k
ibarat.
And for us, because our revenue is also not that much, but is definitely more than what he have made in the past 1 year. But for us, we are very small. You know, like our numbers is like I mean kita yang Instagram followers berapa 600 je.
I think so.
Inshallah will grow. But and compared to him who is like tens and hundreds of thousands.
Wow.
I really think
so I mean why I'm saying this is because the blueprint that OLG have give us in terms of how to monetize, it's really effective.
And plus it's working model.
It's a proven model.
Although ours is a niche, it's about business, but the monetization part it makes sense.
Wow.
Yes, that's true. I really agree. What I said, the OLG being the who paved the way for us.
The industry makers lah.
Damn. That is shocking.
Yes.
Golden nuggets, guys. Wow.
Okay, with that being said, I think we're going to end this episode or rather part 2. We're going to go into part 3. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yes.
Inshallah.
Because we're going to
uncover more.
uncover more. Right. Okay. See you guys in part 3.